So greetings to you. Greetings and welcome to Uncensored Guyana. In the state of Florida, in Florida state, that's in the United States of America, there were 5 judges that were fired in the past few days. 5 judges, sitting judges, fired by the government, the Trump administration, fired 5 judges. Why? Because the government of Donald Trump was dissatisfied with the rulings of these 5 judges in particular cases involving particular individuals who are seen by the administration as elements or undesirables. What did the Trump administration do? Fire their asses, send them home. They can go protest now. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I'm Dr. L. Prasad. Yes, folks. When the government in civilized countries have reason to believe that judges and magistrates or officers of the law are compromised, or they blatantly rule in favor of defendants when they should do the opposite, these governments in these civilized countries start the process of investigating the judges and magistrates, look into their rulings, look into their case, do their deep dive to find out what would have caused the compromise or why these judges would have ruled a certain way, even though it is clear that the cases that they pronounced in favor of the defendants didn't merit such pronouncements. And very swiftly, when they find evidence that they need, they don't suspend the judges. They don't put them on paid leave pending investigation. They fire their asses, take their license. Judge Judy is still a magistrate, waiting to see if she shall preside over the Mohamed's case as of the 21st of April, next week, sometime next week. But she's still practicing. She's still a judge, a magistrate. She ain't get fired yet. Think of if this was the United States, Canada, Europe, any country, even Africa, the jungle, the uncivilized region of the world, even there, magistrate can't get away with the things that Judy is getting away with regarding the Mohammeds. She can't. So what is it? Money? If it's money that is causing everything, every corruption, every issue that involves the Mohammeds, if it's their money that is their true protector, their money is their true God that answers all their prayers, come to their rescue in every situation. If it's their money, not Allah, their money that is their God, then I want to start worshiping that God. Then all my troubles will disappear. The same way the Mohammed's troubles usually disappear, even if it involves murder. Disappear. Speaking of which, All the people on Guyana's roadways, it has become a playground. Guyana's roadways has become a playground for lunatics, scumbags, idiots, imbeciles, junkies, fuck-ups, skunks. So whether you are the son of the Home Affairs Minister or the brother of some minister or whoever the fuck you are, if you are going to disobey the laws, not your mother's law, the laws of the country, if you are going to disobey the laws of the country regarding the usage of public roads, regarding the traffic laws, don't drink and drive, respect the speed limit, look out for pedestrians, all of that kind of stuff. If you will be such an asshole to disregard all of that, thinking that you have a right to be an idiot, like I said, whether you are a minister, the child of a minister, whoever the fuck you are a citizen in the eyes of the law of Guyana. You are a citizen. The law says everyone. If the president of the country, if President Irfan Ali takes his private vehicle as a president and drives on the road drunk as piss and cause accidents, what, the law should turn its back because he's the president? No, he should equally face the punishment of the law like every other citizen. For you to understand, no one, absolutely no one, is special in the eyes of the law. Nobody. If that's the case, fuck the law. Everybody do what they want. It's a banana republic. It's back in the days when they had no social structure, no law. It's the laws of the jungle. You have power, you have money, you can do whatever the heck you want and get away with it. That is what Guyana would be reduced to if this bullshit continues. If this nonsense continues. It always happens. If it's not some billionaire fuck up the traffic, drunk and drive and kill people, if it's not some minister, it's always that shit. You fuckers gotta stop this nonsense, man. You're sending my pressure up. You gotta stop this nonsense. You ain't special. You ain't fucking special. You're not special. Be it whoever you are. You got money, you wanna bribe the police. You know you should not drink and drive, you're still drinking and driving. Because you're special. You're indispensable. Oh, I'm this. Knowingly break the law, premeditatedly cause accidents, endangering the lives of people. And in all of that, just because you know somebody in the government, or your mother might be a minister, or you're friends with a commissioner of police, or you give donations to the police force, or whatever it is, it means that you shouldn't be punished like everybody else. That shit has to stop. That shit has to stop. This is why people don't trust governments. This is why people don't trust governments, because these fucking assholes in the government keeps abusing their powers. And you lose the trust of the citizens. You lose the trust of the citizens. This is what they vote for. And this isn't about the children of ministers or government officials. This is about businessmen who are doing a lot of shit in the society. And people are seeing them. People know they're doing shit. But because they know somebody in the PPP, or they know Irfan Ali, or they know the commissioner of police, they take their phone, they make a call, and it disappears. The problem disappears. Oil wealth, smart city, rising technology, and all these fancy things. Now you had the China Park the other day open. All of that mean that Guyana has advanced beyond its imagination. The attitude, the character of Guyana must also grow with its economic growth. You can't dress like a priest and you want to behave like a thug. You can't dress like a lady, but you walk like a bitch. That shit don't happen. Whoever you are, and every day these reports are coming out. Every day these reports are coming out. Earn the trust of your fellow citizens. Earn the trust of your fellow citizens. Because when you are really in shit, people will walk away. They would not stop to help you because you have a reputation of doing shitty things and calling somebody you know in the government to have the problems disappear. So when you really need help and no government official is able to take their phones, it's the average citizen who would have to stop to help you. And they wouldn't. What they'll tell you to do, call the president. Call them people you usually call. Then you might die waiting to get to those people you usually call. The best thing you can do if you want to keep this persona of being a law-abiding, good Guyanese citizen is to obey the fucking law. Obey the law. Be a humble citizen. Walk the walk like everybody else. Because like I said before, you are not special. You're not special. So that's as much as I will talk on that issue. What, you want me to address the incident with the son of the Home Affairs Minister directly? For what? Why should I do that? That woman was made minister because of your votes. Your votes who elected President Ali a second term. Ali didn't elect himself. Guyanese in their numbers elected Ali. And by virtue of Ali being elected, he appointed this woman as Home Affairs Minister. Okay? That should come with some amount of responsibility to the voters. As a Home Affairs Minister, she should understand that she must be held to the highest standard, if not perfect, close to perfect. In so doing, everybody that is attached to her, especially her kids, she should put them niggas to sit and say, listen, I know you are delinquent. I know you, I raised you, I know you, I'm telling you now. Don't embarrass me. They're looking for any little thing to further push me in the gutter. They already calling me Minister of Tint. How insulting can that be? Understand, don't add more insults to what I already have to deal with. Slap it in their heads if you had to let them understand. The fact that the Minister of Home Affairs, who has oversight of traffic and all these kinds of stuff, son, child, can be so reckless The onus is on her, not him. Not him. She failed. It could have been worse than it turned out to be. Again, it ain't Ali's fault. Ali didn't raise that fella. He's black. His mother is black. Understand that. Politics don't really change them much. The Home Affairs Minister should be held responsible for what her son did. And in politics, it's not politics, it's not Ali, and it's definitely not the PPP. It's this woman and her household. That's how she raised her kids. Is it the reason why they say women can't be mothers and career people? Well, I don't know. She is black. That's as much as I would say. I talked about this before. This now deceived prisoner that was in the custody of the Haslington police regarding a domestic violence report. He was arrested, and then subsequent to that, he had to go to court. And he was discovered lifeless, or close to lifeless. On the way to the hospital, he's no more. The official report came out that it was peritonitis. In layman terms, ruptured appendix, which happens to millions of people around the world. And there are many reasons to which it will happen. In his case, as I suspected, malnutrition. You know, ghetto, thug life, they smoke all day, they don't eat, they just want to live this kind of life, and then as a result, the police were exonerated. The police didn't kill the guy. The police aren't doctors, they aren't nurses. They weren't medics on duty at the time when he was housed. The police are there to protect society, to enforce the law. They are not there to police your health or to be concerned about your symptoms. They did what they had to do. You cry out for pain, they call an ambulance. He went to the hospital, they treated him, sent him back, because maybe whatever symptoms he told them he had is not what they would have treated him for. The Mohammeds again inflamed the situation, add fuel to the fire. I thought the guy was buried already. This is in March. I thought that was done with. But it seems as though the Mohammeds were keeping this man on ice, paying the morgue to keep him on ice. For what? They really wanted another autopsy to determine that the police strangled him in the prison, or they beat him up, and there were no bruises on his body? None. Ask the doctor in the PNC. What's his name again? Dr. Todd. Dr. Todd, are you gay? Dr. Todd, are you gay? I'm just asking. Why are you gay? You didn't answer it, but there's a lot of speculation, and I heard that you are. But I'm just asking you, are you? Because Gordon mostly seemed to like you. Anyway, Dr. Todd should tell the people there were no marks of violence on the man's body. So then how is it that the police are responsible for his death? How? What is wrong with Guyana? You mean everything, every opportunity you get, to somehow blame the president. You escalate the situation. You think you'll get sympathy from onlookers for troubles in the black camp? Well, nobody gives a fuck. Black people don't give a fuck about black people. What makes you think anybody else will? I mean, these people, before they put the man down, to rest, the same shit they did with the poor child, Adrian, were they hoping to have GoFundMe for this criminal? Because he was in police custody. He was accused of crimes against his household. Domestic violence is a serious thing. He was a prisoner going to court to hear his case. From March 24 to, look at the time lapse. You have any idea how much money it cost to keep someone in the morgue for so long? And these people are supposed to be poor people? Poor people wanting justice, and they're keeping the man on ice for weeks. By whose sponsorship? Is that all Mohamed can do? Why don't you pay your fucking taxes? You asshole. Why don't you just pay your taxes, man? We need the money. I need sponsorship. The government can't sponsor me because there is no money to do that. If you pay your money, pay the taxes, pay the 191 billion that you owe. If you pay that, then you don't have to sponsor dead people. But you seem to have a passion for ghosts. You seem to have a thing for ghosts. What, you masturbate to ghosts? What, in your nighttime you have your wet dream and some ghost is sucking your dick? That's it. You have a thing for spirits, Azruddin? You were always funding from the Adriana case. We had the Linden case. You name it. And all these dead cases where they're prolonging this thing, Azruddin is behind it. And you're the one talking about rituals. Only people who are practicing obeah need to keep the carcass out of the ground for spiritual reasons. You ain't no good Muslim. You're all about jinx. You seem to like black ghosts. Look at the time lapse. Now they want to put the man in the ground. Even that they couldn't do. They take the man's coffin. You know, they like these fancy words, casket. It's a coffin. And place it on the ground. Imagine, in front of a police station. You think the police station belonged to one of the police officers who were on duty when this happened. So it's like they take it in front of the man's house to curse the man's house. It's a police station. It's government's property. Matter of fact, they put it on the public road because that doesn't belong to the police. That's a public road. For what? That's how you want justice? You desecrate your own family's corpse? Was it the Mohammeds who advised you to do that? Place the coffin in front of the police station? I've never seen that anywhere. I've never seen it. It's the first time. I mean, black people can be creative. I'll tell you that. I wish if they are creative in terms of building their lives, you know, moving from one level to the next. If they're creative in building businesses, entrepreneurship. I wish if that creativity can extend to that direction. So then you find that the world may be seeing blacks with a different eye. Hey, these are genius people. These people have a very good mindset. But when it comes to being creative, that's all they can do. They are creative towards destruction. That is typical to when you are worshiping the devil. Which God-fearing people, and you call yourselves Christians, and this asshole a Muslim. Which God-fearing people or devout Muslim? Matter of fact, Azruddin, in the Muslim tradition, isn't it that when someone dies, they're supposed to be buried within 24 hours? Within 24 hours, they're supposed to be gotten rid of, right? Then why were you encouraging these black people and paying for the morgue to keep this corpse on ice for weeks? And you claim to be a good Muslim? It's not an Islamic thing. An Islamic thing would say, okay, you know what? We need to get rid of this fast, and we can deal with that after the justice part. And now you're going to push them to take the corpse and place it in front of the police station? And they too are calling but God and God and Christian and Christian. Is that how Christians are? You're desecrating the dead, your own family. And look who they're fighting against. Taking a sip, the weather. I need this for my nerves. It's lemon and water. I don't use alcohol. Look who they're fighting against. Black police officers. It couldn't get better than that. Show me the time. Show me the time in Guyana's history where a bunch of Indians fighting against a bunch of Indian police officers. Show me. Even in Trinidad, it don't happen. The only time you find Indians would be a part of a protest is if that protest is happening in their village and they're living in that village. They don't want to be stoned or to seem as though they're not a part of the struggle. So they're going to put their pride aside and go and join the protest and say, oh, the PPP, you know, like they did with the Doubleday Hotel. Those Indians, scrapes and scraps that joined the protest. They did it out of fear for them niggas. Not because they believed in the struggle. They were protecting their own asses. They want to be seen. So those fools would not come and attack them after that to say, you were not a part of it, you didn't help us. The same you find with these areas. You people have to find another profession. You have some terrible leaders. PNC and all, terrible leaders. That's the best they can advise you to do. Desecrate the dead. You're following Mohamed, this hypocrite. Imagine black people who are fighting for justice against black people, black police officers. Those officers would have become police long before Ali became president. They became police officers in the PNC government. PNC trained them. And you want Ali to correct whatever lack of training they would have received under the PNC? Imagine, you're blaming PNC for that. You're blaming Ali. The same man that is fueling it, paying for it, sponsoring it, that same lunatic, Azruddin Mohamed, Azruddin, the same one that went to the birthday of an 80-year-old black woman dressed like an asshole with a t-shirt and a jeans and the shoe that he wears to go walk around in All Boys Town. That's how he dressed to go and join a celebration of an achievement of an 80-year-old woman. That man, your leader, Azruddin Mohamed. Don't forget, or should I revisit the case for you? Don't forget, while he is touting and talking about Minister of Tint, son is breaking the traffic laws and And she's turning a blind eye and telling the police not to question him, not to this, not to that. Oh, he is pushing all of that. Everything. He is the righteous opposition leader. Want justice for black people. Let's talk about Odessa Sam. That 42-year-old black woman, mother of five. Mother of five. Imagine that. She was murdered a few years ago. It's fresh. It's still fresh. The United States are investigating the Mohammeds since 2014. They were investigating them. Build a case. Charge them. Indict them. And now waiting for them to go to face justice since 2014 and way before that. Way before that. And you have the murder of a black woman in 2022, brutally killed by the wife of the man who was pretending to like black people with his vehicle on a public road. Recently, where is the justice for them? You are now distracting the people, Azruddin, with all your little petty battles, your petty fights. Oh, Ali this, Ali's watch, his suit, even the sock the man wear. Everything you're picking on, you're done with Susan Rodriguez, you're done with Mustafa, you're done with all these people now. You need fresh fights. Now you have the VPAC people keeping the sheriff issue alive for you, because you realize that sheriff ain't taking you on. You don't have time with you. So you're putting a black man now to bully the sheriff people. Amir Ahmad. Yeah, put a nigga to do it. Isn't that what all you guys do? That's what you do, right? You don't have the stamina to keep up. So you get a black man, you pay him. You can continue. Terrorize them for me. Give them some money, and terrorize them for me. So you're paying VPAC to terrorize Amir, the sheriff guy. While at the same time, Odessa Sam left 5 children, 5 mouths. She was the breadwinner. She fed her family. She protected her children. She sheltered her children. She was everything to her children. That family lost a breadwinner, lost income, lost all of that. Those children will grow up without their mother. And nobody, no nanny, no granny, no auntie, nobody can replace a mother's love. You took that from them. Your wife took that from them. Nadia, Mohamed. Where the fuck is the justice for those 5 children? Where is the justice for them? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me theorize what happened. The police report came out. Oh, it's public. That it was the motorcyclist who was at fault. The motorcyclist caused her own death. That's the official police report, 2022. Official. Now imagine, your wife is driving this Mercedes-Benz Jeep and thinks that because she's the wife of Azruddin Mohamed, then you weren't anything. You're just a billionaire who owned the police. You had no interest in politics. Everybody knew Mohamed because, yeah, you could pay everybody, right? Thanks to the guy and his critic, people got to know who you were. So you became an icon because a critic. I know your wife became a celebrity because a critic. So when she's on the road driving that fancy Jeep, people need to see, hey, this is the Mohammed coming. Even if she's like 2 kilometers away, they need to wait so she can step on the gas and rush past the traffic light. And typically what people like that do, they don't give anybody a break. They don't wait for the traffic lights because they're always in a hurry. Why? Because her husband don't want her on the road for too long. You're going to the shop? Okay, I give you 10 minutes. Hurry. The Shia Muslim way. The woman can't go anywhere without you. Maybe all that hijab she couldn't see properly. In the daytime, imagine that. Imagine that. In not even night. You have an excuse if it's night. Daytime. You're telling me your wife in such a big vehicle in front of the wheel didn't see that motorcyclist? Of course she did. But in her mind, she ain't stopping for anybody. That motorcycle needs to wait, even though she didn't have the right of way. Your wife hit and killed a black mother of 5. I looked at the situation, and that's my theory. You think you're going to challenge me because of the fucking official report from a bunch of corrupt cops that you often accuse of being corrupt? This is 2022. We had a paper shorts issue. We had many, many other issues involving you, Azruddin. Disappeared. Disappeared from the headlines. Nobody wants to report on it. Nobody wants to question you about it. It just disappeared. Police silent. Media silent. And now you suddenly get righteous. Suddenly now you're pointing a finger at the police. You're telling the Home Affairs Minister she's corrupt because they can't arrest her son for drunk driving. What about your wife? They took her in a helicopter, first class treatment, put her to sit down in the commissioner's office in the cushion and serve her coffee. And within a few hours, she's out on $100,000 bail. Out. Now, let's talk about corruption there. Just killed a woman on the spot with her Mercedes vehicle. Escorted to the police station. Was not placed in handcuffs nor in lockups. No test was done. And before you know it, before the clock could have circled 60 minutes, she's home on bail, never to be heard from again. Nothing on the case, no follow-up, no media coverage. What happened to the court case? You're telling me the dead woman decided to settle the matter? She don't want to press charges because, after all, according to the police, the dead woman drove into her death and your wife is innocent. Therefore, why do you need a court case? Why should it be in the police records? We're talking about corruption, right, Mohamed? When the United States said in the indictment that you and your father corrupted government officials, corrupted with your gold smuggling, your drugs and all these things, corrupted. You want Guyanese to sit back and relax and turn the blind eye and believe the same corrupt police that Odessa Sam, that mother, young woman, 42, young woman, purposefully drove in the pathway of your wife's vehicle? That was 2022. You're telling me Guyana, Ali was president. COVID was not that much of an issue. So we can't say that the roads were heavy with traffic. That's why your wife was speeding. Yeah, I said it. Where is the CCTV footage? They had traffic cameras. They had cameras in the neighborhood. They had cameras. What happened to the footage? The police usually are quick to give out, to leak footage when something happens. Why wasn't that footage leaked? Why wasn't it used in the court case? Because there were no court case, were there? Was there a court hearing? No evidence. No breathalyzer, no evidence. The case disappeared. She's dead, she's done, and your wife is still around to keep driving, to keep on driving. And you are now coming out with your hypocritical self to tell Guyanese to trust you when you have all of these nasty things attached to your name, you and your family. Father like son. The audacity to blame everything on President Ali. Look at what you have pushed at Haslington. Look at the chaos you're causing that police and the police station, the nightmare you're putting those police officers through. Imagine you, who the Guyanese people know, bribed the police regarding your wife's murdering of a black woman with the vehicle. Give them justice first. Let your wife pay for her crime. Now you shift the blame. All of these questions persist. You think people forget about that? No, they didn't, because nobody likes you. You think people like you. Nobody likes you. This case needs to be resurrected. I am calling on the Attorney General, Alan Nandala, to instruct the DPP to pull up the files. Because you see now you are also attacking that woman, Ms. Hack. The DPP, you are also attacking her. Now the DPP has the opportunity to pull up that issue, investigate it, find out, get all the evidence, all of that, so that you and your wife be held accountable for the murder of that woman. You're throwing this tantrum like a fucking child, a delinquent, disobedient, not even spoiled. Your father should sue you. Azruddin, Daddy Shell should sue your dumb ass. Because look at the trouble you're causing that man. He should sue you for the fact that he didn't pull out, and you came and you turned out to be this asshole. You look like an imbecile. I always thought those pictures you made, like some stud, were Photoshopped to make you look a certain way. You want to look like an Indian star from India. You want to test Shah Rukh Khan. You want to look like Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan is what, close to 60s, and he still looks good. You're what, 40 something? Close to that? 39? And look at you. All the money you have. Plastic surgery wouldn't work on you. What you need is some good spanking in the federal prison Them niggas are gonna spank you so much that your ass is gonna swell, and then you look like a bitch with a big ass. They like it there. Serve justice to the family of Odessa Sam. Deliver justice to her. No report, autopsy report, report on the crime, nothing. You managed to silence, to kill that entire case. And you want Guyanese to forget that while they're preoccupied with all the propaganda you're spreading. Oh, Ali this and Ali that, and Priyamanik Chan this, and this one this, and this one that. Do you see how he went after the Home Affairs Minister? He tread carefully. If it was a PPP, an Indo-Guyanese minister, PPP, and it was their son, did that, oh, he wouldn't be this nice. I told you he's afraid of black people. He's afraid of black people. This is why he pushed that idiot in the damaged vehicle like that. Oh, listen to the minister's son. Oh, I should have stayed home. Fucking bitch. Be a real man, man. You want to attack, attack. Don't be selective. You're going to go after the Indians heavy. And the blacks, you're like, oh, no, these are black people. I don't want to pick a fight with the black people. They'll pick a fight. Because the reason why the Odessa Sam family didn't get justice is because you made sure you paid everybody that needed to be paid to kill this case. Why wasn't your wife prosecuted? Why not? The DPP should bring it up. The Attorney General should bring it up. And definitely, the same Home Affairs Minister that you're attacking now, that you're trying to show corrupt because her son is not in jail because of an accident. Yeah, he's an asshole, but he didn't hit anybody. He wrecked a vehicle. Your wife killed a black woman, a mother of 5. So if you want the Home Affairs Minister's son to be punished, we want your wife to be in jail. That's what we want. Don't bribe the people under the table to silence them. That money you would have offered, whatever it is, it's finished. 5 children, they grow every day. They grow every day. They eat more as they get older. And she was only 42 at the time. How old do you think the kids were? They were minors. What, did you sign a deal to take care of them until they're all 18? And then pay for their weddings? Build houses for them? That's what you did? If that were the case, well, I'll understand. Instead of bribing the police to kill the case, you should have used all that money you spent with lawyers and judges and whoever you had to bribe and donate it to the family. Since you want to bury the case, don't pay the corrupt cops. Your wife killed somebody. You don't want your wife to go to jail. Then you compensate the family handsomely. Don't bribe the police, and now today you're the same one turning back and talking about how corrupt the police is. And you are indicted for one of that reason. The Americans said it. You corrupted government officials. Corrupted. So don't talk about minister corrupt or police corrupt. You were one of the persons instrumental in fucking up the system. You were. So that's the justice I want to see. Fair is fair. We called for one. We need it for everybody. Everybody deserved the same chance. So I didn't read from my Prince Ali and the president. I'll do that now. A Quiet Nature, chapter 2. I didn't finish chapter 1. I'm skipping. Because like I said before, I can't just give it to you for free. I need to sell some books. Beginning of chapter 2, it says, if you didn't know him personally, you might misunderstand him. That was one of the most consistent things about Ali. People who observed him from a distance often got him wrong. They saw the silence and assumed it's uncertainty. They saw hesitation and assumed it's fear. They saw the calm and assumed a lack of confidence. But they were wrong. Completely wrong. Because what they were actually seeing was control. Ali was never the type to react quickly just for the sake of reacting. He took his time, he thought things through, he measured his words carefully as if he understood, even then, that words carried weight. I'll stop there. Like I said, you have to get a copy. You have to get a copy. Me reading it to you, you wouldn't get that, you wouldn't enjoy it. It's like porn. You're watching two people having sex, you can't enjoy it. It's not you. You want to enjoy sex, you got to be in the act, doing it. So me reading to you, you're not going to enjoy it. It's nice to listen, but reading is fun to mental. When you read this, then you get a right sense of taste as to the beauty of Ali. You would understand, oh, I always wonder why I love the guy so much, but I never could understand why. Now that I'm reading Dr. Prasad's book, now I get it. This is why I love this guy. And I hope he gets a third term. You got to read the book. It will be available on Amazon soon, along with a second volume. The third would not be yet because I'll be off for a few days. I have to wrap the books up. So I'll be off for a few days tomorrow and a few days. In the meantime, I want you to use your time and your energy to stand with your government, by your government, and tell Azruddin, tell the PNC, that Azruddin and the PNC, they should lock themselves up in the room and play dollhouse. Because they all work for him. PNC works for him, VPAC works for him, David Hines worked for him, they all work for Azruddin. Imagine that. And they're talking about slaves. They want reparations. David Hines wants reparations. And he's still a slave. You see, David Hines, for you to get reparations, you have to be free. You got to be a free person. You got to be free from massa. You know, your freedom papers. But the fact that you work for Azruddin, you're still a slave. You can't talk about reparation. When President Ali is pushing for reparations of the Negro, he ain't including you, nor Norton, nor the VPAC people. Because you're still working for massa. You don't get your freedom papers yet. I can help you to get it. All you need to do, David Hines, is to retire. You know, go on some pension, real pension. And Norton, I don't know how I can help you, but I don't know. Plastic surgery? You should try it. And the VPAC people, look, Azruddin is going to be off to prison soon. I understand, make your money, make your money. Make your money. Because you're earning it, make your money. Now, when he's off to prison, you will have to go and bow to the sheriff, the Amir sheriff guy, and suck his dick. Then maybe he will forgive you and take you on his side. But then who else would you be cussing? Because you can't cuss the PPP and you suck in the dick of Amir Sheriff. Since you don't cuss the PNC, you got to pick a side. For now, make your money. Because the 21st of April is just around the corner. It's like next week. No, literally, it's next week. In the meantime, I want to thank you for your audience. Share this live. I need to hear from you in the comment section. And express yourself. Let the world know that you are proud to be Guyanese, you are proud of your country. And that idiot in Canada, what's his name again? Rude boy. Man, these guys are pathetic. A fucking man in his 70s. A great-grandfather in his 70s is calling himself a rude boy. You live in the fucking basement, you're guarding cockroaches. In Canada, yes, I got the address properly, corrected. You call yourself a rude boy? To who? Who do you think will take you on as a 70-year-old man? But he has time with you. The most you're using your pension for, you're not getting any pension from Canada. You're not getting welfare. It's easy for Azruddin to send you money there because the Canadians seem to have a problem with President Ali. So yes, he can funnel money through Canada. It's easy to get it there. And I hear rent is cheaper there too, especially for the condition where you are. Beside of the basement where they do the laundry. You know, you have to sit and block the hole so the rats can't come in. Fucking rude boy. Get a decent name. Hold on to your Gonzales, you know, Rudolph Gonzales. Hold on to that. You're an aged person. You're older than David Hines. Maybe you should visit each other and give massages. That might work. You can't leave the country. You can't leave Canada. This is the thing with you people. You're jealous. Hines can't go back to the US, can't visit the US, and you can't leave Canada. Well, in your case, how the fuck would you leave? You have no suitcase, no clothing. You can't buy a ticket. And I'm sure you don't have a passport. You're lucky Canada don't have an ICE. Like the Americans. Because they will send your ass back to Berbice. Or wherever you come from. I guess it's Buxton. Since you hate Ali that much. You want to be black. You're like Azruddin. You want to be black. Embrace who you are. Be proud of your identity, your ethnicity. And his sister, the Gonzales guy. There's a woman who seemed to be his sister, trying to pick a fight with me, sending me all kinds of bullshit messages. Imagine that. Complain to his sister. Please, can you cuss out Dr. Basalt for me? He's calling me names. He's calling me a rat. Tells me I'm a roach. I live in a basement. Fucking asshole. Anyway, until next time. Thanks for your attention. Goodbye now.